Hey everyone, I'm finally back. I'm sorry I haven't posted any video for like the past 3 days. It's because my body finally collapsed and I had to get a bed rest for a few days. But I'm finally back with another SaGa Frontier video. Oh, it's good to be back to be finally able to sit and play SaGa Frontier again. I can't even sit for a long time when my body finally collapsed. And thanks for all the kind comment that you have been sending me on the comment section. I really appreciate it. So anyway, on today's video, I'm going to talk specifically about Emilia and our beloved half-mystic Asellus. As we all know, SaGa Frontier has 8 main protagonists. 9 actually, if you count Rouge on the data, but Rouge is not available since the beginning. He only available in the midway on Blue's chapter. So let's just say we have 8 main protagonists. Most of them has a straightforward story. All you need to do is just follow the story, fight the last boss, and that's it. You end their chapter. But the reason why I want to talk about specifically Emilia and Asellus is because Emilia had a missable moment that can determine your ending. And Asellus is a little more tricky because there are small variables that will determine your ending. I'm not gonna spoil the ending for new players, but I'm just gonna show you the step and what's the variable that will make you miss some things in Asellus chapter and also in Emilia. So we're gonna start with Emilia. So in Emilia's chapter, there is a mission when you are sent by Rufus to Baccarat to investigate Joker, and when you finally learn that Joker went down to the parking lot where he went to the gnome cave, where you actually got the gold card for Arcane Quest. After that cutscene, that is actually a branching point that would determine your ending. I'm gonna explain a little bit more, but right now I'm just gonna play the cutscene and then I will show you where is the branching point. So after Joker left the cave, this is where the branching point starts. Whichever step you took, this is gonna lock you to a different ending. But there is no hint on the game that will tell you what you did give you a results of a different ending. But Emilia does have 2 endings. So the first step is going back up to the parking lot. And then we will find Joker already left the building. That's step number 1. So another path is from over here. All you need to do is go down here. And then go inside this cave and follow this giant footprint inside this cave. And there it is. This is another cutscene, and this is gonna lock you to a different ending for Emilia's chapter. Oh, and yeah, this boss only available in Emilia's chapter, but it is also available in the death room. But outside of Emilia's chapter, you won't find this thing. So that is how you get a different ending for Emilia's chapter. So let me know, which path did you take? Going back up to the parking lot, or did you go inside this cave and fight this boss? And if I'm wrong about this branching part, please point me out on the comment section down below, because some of the people would say what you do in the Trinity base is the one that's going to determine your ending. But in my experience playing Emilia's chapter all these years, these two different paths is the one that will result me on a different ending on Emilia's chapter. Unless there is something that I didn't even notice I do that result on a different ending. But as I remember correctly from the original, this is the path that I took that will result in a different endings. I could be wrong, so please point me out on the comment section down below if I'm wrong, or if you want to add something. So we're gonna move on to my favorite chapter, that is Asellus chapter. In Asellus chapter, there is a small variable that is actually can make you miss Princess Rei. So as you can see, I have Eldon and White Rose. And if we go over here to Princess Rei's chamber, I should have mentioned this on my character recruitment video actually, but I forgot. You can find the video down on the description on the playlist. If you bring Eldon and White Rose together to Princess Rei's room, you will never learn how she escaped the castle. You can only learn the truth about her escape if you only bring White Rose. If you never learn about Princess Rei's escape, Princess Rei is not going to be a recruitable character later on your chapter. If you want Princess Rei as your team member, just don't forget to bring White Rose and only White Rose alone to Princess Rei's room, because Eldon is going to stop White Rose from telling the story about Princess Rei. So you can only visit the tailor where Gina is living if you are alone on the beginning of the game. The thing is, Asellus has 3 endings, and she is the only character in SaGa Frontier that has 3 endings. And your relationship to Gina is the one that's also going to determine your ending. I'm not saying like a relationship point, I'm gonna explain more later on. So if you have Eldon and White Rose and you visit this tailor where Gina is living, that happened. So you need to come back here alone without Eldon and White Rose. If you keep going back to your room like this, you will meet Zozma here. This is like the 3rd time you will see Zozma, but this is the 2nd time he visits your room, and he will tell you about how to escape the Fascinaturu from the incinerator. Back in the original, there is only one way to escape Fascinaturu, and that is when Chiato finally tells you that there is a guy in the bar waiting and he will give you a ride to outside of Fascinaturu. But now, they bring back everything that is cut from the original to the remastered, so now we have 3 ways to escape Fascinaturu. So now, this is when you're going to make your choice which route you want to take to escape Fascinaturu. And this is the guy that Chiato is talking about. But remember, you need to go to this bar alone. So escape route number 3 is actually you need to talk to these two guys over here. But remember, you need to talk to them before you exit the bar and after you talk to the guy over there that left the bar. Because if you left the bar, then you will be locked with only 2 options if you learn about the incinerator from Zozma, or if you didn't learn that from Zozma, you're just gonna be locked to follow that guy that Chiato was talking about. In Emilia's chapter, you're gonna meet Asellus and White Rose, and this escape route kinda explain how they ended up there. Each escape route has different cutscene and different thing to do. If you don't want to fight any enemy or just want to see a cutscene, you can just jump to the fire like Zozma said. But if you wanna, I don't know, maybe learn about Asellus and White Rose, how they ended up meeting with Emilia, you can take this escape route. So now you're free to choose whichever route you want to take to escape Fascinaturu. So before we head back to Fascinaturu by talking to this guy, this is where you need to make your decision which ending you're going to get for the Asellus chapter. So Asellus has 3 endings, which is a full mystic ending, half mystic ending, and a human ending. Although canon-wise, even on Fuse chapter, Asellus is cursed as half mystic. But we as a player have an option to go whether we want full mystic, half mystic, or a full human. So for the full mystic ending, make sure you have all this mystic equipment on Asellus already absorb a monster for each one. The Feyblade, Mystic Glove, and the Mystic Boots. I myself haven't got it as I was recording it because 1, I never fully intended to go for the full mystic ending. I've seen it once back when I was playing the original. Personally, a full mystic ending, 1, I don't really like it. 2, I consider that as more of like a bad ending. 3rd, back in the original, there is a bug every time you got a full mystic ending, because remember when you finished the game, you were sent to the 2nd division room. If you go for a full mystic ending, usually you will get stuck behind the piano. So I never ever try to get a full mystic ending again after that. Even on the remaster, I stay between a full human ending or a half mystic ending. But I usually, personally, I would choose the half mystics. It's because that's explain who Asellus is. The half mystic is more, I don't know, I just prefer that one. But again, that's my personal choice. If you want to go for a half mystic ending, you can also absorb monster on your mystic equipment, but there is something that you need to do before we head for the final boss. And for the human ending, make sure you never ever use the Feyblade or even the mystic transformation or even use any of the mystic equipment when you're playing Asellus. Just remove the Feyblade from your skill list and then you'll be locked with the human ending as long as you're going to do this one thing after you head back to Fascinaturu. Okay, so we're back in Fascinaturu, and now if you want to go a full mystic ending, just skip this part. But if you want to go for half mystic or a full human ending, make sure before you head back to the castle, check on the tailor shop first, where Gina is living. And after that cutscene, you're gonna be locked either a half mystic or a human ending, but you need to make sure you do one more thing so it's gonna be 100% locked for that ending. But again, like I said, if you're on to the full mystic ending, you can just skip this part. Oh, and if you want a extra cutscene or extra dialogue, you can visit Princess Rei's room with Princess Rei if you have her on your team member. And also you can visit White Rose's room to see White Rose, I don't know, like shadow. I know like for old players they already know what to do, but for new players, just remember this room. And then all you need to do is go up here. Then face this giant. Okay, after killing that giant, remember to open this window. After you open this window, all you need to do is head back to that other room, but use this room first to recover all your health. We're going to head back to this room, and the door is open, and prepare yourself for another mini boss fight. So remember, you can skip all this part if you're on into the full mystic ending, because the full mystic ending, all you need to do is just head straight to the final boss and skip all this part. But this mini boss is the only Griffin that you're going to meet in the game, because the other one that you can meet outside of this part is the Griffin Jr., but it's a super rare monster that will spawn, and the only easiest way to find a Griffin is to fight this one on Asellus chapter. But if you fight this Griffin, you're gonna be locked behind the full human ending or the half mystic ending. The full mystic ending is not going to happen if you fight this Griffin. So the choice is yours. So I'm gonna be back after I kill this Griffin. We're done with the Griffin, and actually that Griffin was Gina that was transformed by, you guess who? Yep, the weird guy. See, even Eldon doesn't understand him. Nobody does. And now after saving Gina, you're locked between the full human or the half mystic ending. And all you need to do from here is just head straight to the final boss and face Orlok himself. And then you will get whichever ending you choose. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope this short guide can help you to determine which ending you want to get for Emilia's chapter or the Asellus chapter. And again, I'm sorry I haven't posted any video because, well, like I said earlier, I finally collapsed and I need to get a bed rest, so I'm sorry again. So anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video, and I'll try to post more video real soon because I'm getting better now, but I'm just trying not to collapse again. Stay safe everyone, and stay dehydrated. Bye bye.